Hello everyone, Adi Simion, Coldwell banker. Good morning. Welcome to my morning commute. Every morning when I have time, I try to talk about a real estate matter and give you guys a little bit of an advice on how to avoid issues that come in the real estate transactions and don't make the mistakes I did or other people's did. So today I want to talk about HOA documentation. HOA stands for Homeowners Association. When you buy a condo, obviously there is an association that controls the complex or the building, and there are rules and regulations that are agreed upon by the builder at the beginning and some of the board members. Some things are changed over time. Some restrictions are in the deed itself. So when you buy a house, you have a contingency for documentation. The seller is required to give you the Homeowners Association CCNRs and regulations. So you have to take the time. You have 5 days when they give it to you to review them, and you have to take the time and read everything and read the rules. Today I want to talk about one specific rule, which is the right to rent the property out if you choose to. So let's say you bought a property and you live in it, and then later down the road you want to buy another property, a bigger one, and you want to keep this as an investment. Sometimes HOA don't allow that, and the reason being is some lenders, not all of them, but a lot of lenders are looking at these properties, and if the percentage of tenants, which means somebody own the property and rent it out to a tenant, that percentage of people it's higher than the owner occupants, the lender may not give you a loan. And if they can't give you a loan to buy the property, that means that property is a cash only and the price will go down. So it'll lower the value on a property. So that's why those rules are in place. Sometimes are 30% tenants, 70% owner occupants. That's the rule that has to stay. Sometimes it's a number. If there are 60 units, they will only allow you to rent out 20 of them, and the other 40 has to stay owner occupants. And if it's already 20% or 30% or whatever the case is occupied by tenants, you as an owner, you cannot rent that unit out. So now you're stuck with the property. If you need to leave, that's empty, or you might have to sell it. So you need to make sure you check the regulations and find out what those rules are. And if that's something you don't agree with, just cancel the deal. You have the right to cancel the deal, get your deposit back, and move on to a property that does allow renting. And you can find that out by just asking the seller agent. They will know immediately if that property is allowed to be rented out. A lot of people are buying as investments from the beginning. Just make sure you know that the property is rentable, because if it's not, you bought a property as an investment and you can't rent it out. It's losing money every day. So you shouldn't buy that property. So that was what I had to say this morning. Remember to check your HOA docs, Homeowners Associations documentation. They call them CCNRs. And also look at the minutes and the financials. Make sure the financials are good, that the HOA has enough reserves in there in case something might happen, a roof goes bad or whatever. The lender will check those things. They will ask for a condo certification, and they will look at those things. They will look at what's the percentage of owner occupancy versus tenants. They will look at what the financials are. They will look at minutes to see what's been going on. They will look at actually, you might want to look at pets as well. Are the pets allowed in that complex? Because if you decide to get a pet, you might not be able to. If you're going to rent it out, a lot of tenants have pets, and you may cut off a lot of your potential tenants because that association does not approve pets in there, and you're going to lease it for less. So just look at all these things. Make sure you understand what the regulations are. That's all I have to say for this morning. Have a good day now. We'll talk soon. Adi Simion, Coldwell Banker. Bye.